Hey guys, it's Eric. I wanted to show you how to use Sage Modeler to create a computer model that will help us think about our research question about whether seedlings will grow more with mulch or without mulch. Sage Modeler is a really cool free online tool that you can use to create models of different systems. In the next slide, you'll find a link to the model that we've set up for Project Crystal. Using Sage Modeler is really easy. In the center, you'll see our modeling question. How does the presence of woody mulch or straw-like mulch affect the growth rate of a seedling in Morrow Canyon? This is the question that we are going to try to answer with our model. The first thing you'll need to do is choose a picture to represent the rate of seedling growth. You will see that there are pictures in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, and if you click on this down arrow here, a few more icons will come up for the model that we have created. If you do not like any of these images, you can always click on the New Image button here and search for a new image that you are interested in and import that into the model. So for the rate of seedling growth, I am going to take this seedling here and I'm going to drag it into the center of my model and label it rate of seedling growth. Next, something that I also want to incorporate into my model is mulch. So I am going to drag a mulch icon over and name that woody mulch. And if I wanted to, I could also incorporate different types of mulch. So for example, I can grab a different icon here and name that straw-like mulch. Looking at this model, I know that there are some components that may affect the rate of seedling growth that I have not included yet. Some of these may be such as rain or water that is inside of the soil that the plant can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab different icons to represent that as well. So some of the processes like rain, I can take a rain cloud and name it Precipitation. And then I will take these water droplets here and name that soil moisture. The great thing about Sage Modeler is that you can actually make these components inside of your model have some sort of relationship to one another. So by hovering over one of the icons, so for precipitation, for example, there is this arrow key here that if I click and drag, I can connect it to something like soil moisture. By double clicking on this arrow here, I can make a relationship to how I think precipitation is going to affect soil moisture. So a window opens up and it says an increase in precipitation causes soil moisture to, and then we get a drop-down menu. On the screencast, you will not be able to see the drop-down menu, but I will go through every option with you so you know what is available. So an increase in precipitation causes soil moisture to increase, decrease, or vary. I am going to go with increase here. And then I get to choose how much it'll increase by. So another drop-down menu will appear and your options will be about the same, a lot, a little, more and more, or less and less. You'll notice that with each one of these, you also get a graph that tells you how precipitation will affect the soil moisture. So I'm going to change this to about the same. Next, what you're going to want to do is you're going to write why you think this is happening. So precipitation might increase soil moisture because the rain might make the ground wet. So when it rains, the soil or ground will get wet. Therefore, it will increase the soil moisture. And when you are done, you can just click back on your screen. If you ever wanted to go back and check on that relationship, you can also just double click on that arrow again, and it'll tell you what you chose and the reasoning that you put behind that. I can also make other connections through some of these other components that are in here. So for example, I may think that woody mulch also has an effect on soil moisture. So I can grab this arrow and drag that to soil moisture. And again, double click on the arrow that was created and put my reasoning. So an increase in woody mulch will cause soil moisture to, and I think it's going to cause it to increase. But this time, it's only going to be by a little. And then again, once you have a reasoning, you can put that right here as well. So you'll keep doing that for the rest of your model so you can get all your components combined with one another. So finally, one thing that you might want to know is how to save your model. So to save your model, you're going to click on the icon up here of the upper left-hand corner, and you're going to click on Save. This will allow you to save your model to a Google Drive or download it directly to your computer. You can also go to the Share option here to share your model with others so they can view it online. And that's it. Spend some time playing with Sage Modeler and setting up your own model. Once you get all the components and processes added, you can view another screencast where I'll show you how to use Sage Modeler to actually run a simulation to see how changes to the environment affect seedling growth. See you soon!